You slowly add it. Mark with Cardivox Academy here. Hello, everyone. Today, we are doing the much requested, and when I say much requested, I mean it. I mean much requested. We are doing Pisces by Jinjer, specifically this live session, and the reason that we're doing it is because, let's give a little bit more oomph on the volume here. The reason that we're doing it is, when I started this reaction video thing, this song was already out. It had already been heavily reacted to, but the fact that a lot of people are asking it makes me think that maybe they want my take on it, So hopefully I can bring something new to the table, especially since I focus a little bit more on harsh vocals than many, not all, but many other YouTube channels do. I might be able to get something going here. Now, just a moment of transparency, I have seen and heard this before. If I said I didn't, you would all know I'm lying, because I'm an avid metal fan. I'm a metal vocal coach. So if I sat here and pretended and did all these fake, like, oh wow, how's she doing that? Like, come on, you would know. One announcement before we start: Cardivox Academy is on Patreon. Yeah, that's right. So we thought about it for a long time, and Alex and I decided we'd give it a shot. So the Patreon is a really cool way for you, if you see the value in this and if you enjoy it and you do want to throw us some support, to do so, but in exchange for some really cool stuff. If you're interested, go ahead, check it out. You're certainly not required to. I am really just thankful that y'all take time out of your day to watch these videos, but if you want to, you can. It's there for you. And also, if you don't want to jump on the Patreon, but you do want to throw some support this way and get a little bit of educational material in the meantime, I am also on Wizio, where I can listen to your voice and give it this level, actually more in-depth analysis, as well as some exercises that you need to improve. Check out the page, read the reviews, decide for yourself if it's something you want to do. If not, again, I'm just glad you're here watching the channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Hit the bell icon so you can keep in contact and keep up to date on all the cool videos I do. Here we go.
Suffering with smile, I drew a different reality with unconditional loyalty. Ego hardly can be picked 'cause I'm selfless.
All right, we're gonna stop it there, just because I've seen this, and so I I already have an idea of where I want to start. Let's talk about her singing voice first. One thing I really like about Tatiana as a singer and as a screamer, which you're going to hear, is she's super consistent, right? She is super consistent. And when I say consistent, what I mean is that her airflow is very smooth, very controlled, not strained or choked back, just easy, right? A lot of people, when they have trouble with, air or breath while they're singing, is that they're using their diaphragm. Yes, they're maintaining the retained posture. Yes, but their airflow is not a nice, clean, right? It's not a nice, clean, steady stream. And that's the way we want to think about it. Our airflow is a clean and even stream that we are manipulating and periodically impeding to create sounds. That's what articulation is, right? So we need to have right, one even tone. And then once we have that even we can start turning it into singing, yeah, like this. Right, we can take that even airflow and we can turn it into something very, very musical. Another thing that's cool about her is, and I've heard some people say this, that they don't like it. I don't know why. she's really singing around her speaking voice, right? So like my voice, my speaking voice is right here. This is what I sound like. This is the quintessential Mark sound. And if I took my voice and made it musical, it would sound like this. It kind of sounds like me, right? It sounds like my speaking voice. It sounds like me. She's doing that as well, but she's putting a lot of flavor and color on it. One thing she's doing, which she's doing well, is she's leaning into some of her clean phrases with a vocal fry quality. This isn't something crazy hard. This is a simple, basic observation. But she's doing it well, and that's why I want to call it out. Now, I'm not saying she's fry screaming. What I'm saying is when she starts a phrase, instead of going ah, she goes ah sometimes. Now, there are some musicians, pop singers, that, in my opinion, overuse this. Britney Spears. And that's a stylistic choice. But, using that and yeah, to lead into your singing phrases, do it if you want. She's doing it very well. It's very, very, very subtle, and I love it. Now, let's get to the next part. And heads up, she's pretty good. All right, let's talk about that too. So, when this video first came out, part of the reason it blew up, and, I don't want to reduce anything, right? She is a good singer. She is a good vocalist. But I think it caught people by surprise that she was screaming like that, which is interesting because, if you're in the metal world, other women have screamed before. Like Arch Enemy is the first example that comes to mind. She does it really well, though. She does it really well, and again, it's that consistent airflow. So if you're wondering what she's doing, if you're wondering how she's doing it, let me line up this video here. There we go. If you're wondering how she's doing it, this is a pretty quintessential, foundational false chord scream. I've heard some people say that this is fry. I think she might go into fry on her higher screams, and we're going to get into that in a second. But this right here, this is your basic false chord. Most people learn this type of scream. This is all over the internet. This is nothing, hidden in a lockbox somewhere. One of the reasons that people learn this is because it's easy to start, and a lot of people start with like this dog barking noise. Row, 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 oh, oh. Here's the thing, though. What a lot of people don't talk about, if you're having trouble with this method, like the dog bark or the gorilla noise, as some people call it, or the exasperated sigh, if you're having trouble with that, let me give you some insight probably as to why. So a good false chord scream keeps your vocal folds out of the equation, right? The false chords sit on top of your vocal folds, just above it, and they come together, and you leave your vocal folds open. So you'll notice that when I do this, when I'm doing that, you don't hear my speaking voice, right? So if I take this principle and I apply it to this dog bark, I'm not doing what a lot of people do that causes problems, which is they go like this, ho, 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 whoa, whoa, and then they add distortion to that, whoa, 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 whoa. Now, when you're doing that, you have vocal fold engagement. So if you have vocal fold engagement and you're putting your false chords on top of it, you're not turning your vocal folds off. And it's imperative that we turn our vocal folds off because while you can, to a degree, use your true chords during false chord phonation for flavor and flair, but it should be rare and it should not be your baseline. If you're doing false chords, my opinion, which, I've been doing false chords for 10 years, and I recently got a laryngoscopy because I have acid reflux, and I just got to get checked out every once in a while. And my vocal folds are beautiful, so take it for whatever you want. Keeping your vocal folds out of the game is the way to go. Plus, it makes things sound more resonant and big. most of the time. But anyways, if you take that, whoa, 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 you can turn it into a lot of cool things. We're going to listen to this screaming section one more time, and I'd like you to pay attention to the rate at which her voice is distorting. For example, I can go like this. Scale armor be lies. Very slow. Or I can support it properly. Scale. There it is. Scale armor be lies. We've got a nice clean distortion. Let's hear it one more time and then let's keep going because there's a lot to talk about. I don't know why I like that. You know.
No promises I ever give. Don't rely on me and I won't deceive.
Nice
The
flavor.
beginning or the end, you can't tell. When I wave my fin and shake my tail, I grew a different normality with unblameable morality. Hooks and nets are there for me, but I'm skittish.
So this is kind of cool. One thing I also like that I didn't really notice the first time I listened to this, and again I haven't heard it in a while, but one thing I'm really enjoying about it is that she's balancing very well. And when I say balancing, let me describe to you what I mean, because I realize that's a little vague. So she's got the even airflow. We've talked about that. Hey, yeah, even airflow. Right? She's putting that sort of rocky, sultry vibe. Hey, my friend, yeah. Right? She's doing some of that, but she's not losing her articulation. You know, normality. She's speaking very clearly. Now, obviously, being a metal vocalist, I don't mind if intelligibility is lost at certain times, but right now, the fact that we can understand what she's saying very clearly, is nice. It's good. And you know, it pairs well. It pairs well with the cymbal work and the drums, and I don't know. I'm into it, right? She's not. You hear this a lot. You hear this a lot with certain rock singers where they want to put some stank on it and everything gets really lazy, right? And like, that's okay. I would be interested, not to say she's doing it wrong, but I would be interested to hear. Right now, she's pretty much all frontal resonance, right? Oh, right here, singing into the front, yeah. Right? I would be interested to see what it would sound like if she just raised her soft palate a little bit. I'm not talking about fully shifting to the back, but like, I don't know. I'll not be bad about normality. Right? Hear that slight difference with the soft palate open? It would be cool to hear. I think it'd be fun. Anyways, let's keep going. One thing I did notice, and we're going to stop it there. One thing I did notice is that we got a lot of this going on. right? That's a bad habit that's really hard for a lot of people to break. We're all going to honestly do that sometimes. So I'm not going to say she doesn't know how to breathe properly, because clearly she does. But that's something to keep in mind. The reason why this matters is it's just inefficient, right? When we breathe, we want our ribs to expand so our diaphragm pulls our lungs open. And if we're doing this, that's not really happening. And if we're doing both, well, why? So it's really just an efficiency thing. It also means that you're not going to be transferring, like if you don't get enough air, you won't be transferring effort up into the throat, right? Because if we don't have enough down here and we need to sing the section, right? We need to sing the section because we're live or we're recording, so we can't be like, hold on, stop, let me take that again. The song is moving. The song is moving through time and space. Wow, that's psychedelic, man. But we have to compensate. So we have to maybe push a little bit with our throat. And that can lead to fatigue and strain. So this next section I want you all to listen to, pay attention. I feel like the last half of this song is very Opeth inspired. Maybe you'll disagree. Let me know. If you think the last half of this song sounds kind of Opeth-y, let me know in the comments below. And also, while we're at it, again, like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Hit the bell. Let's go. Tell me that doesn't sound like Opeth. Come on. Come on.
Neptune's child, shivering inside, drowns in the liquid gold.
Yeah. It's nice.
Cherish his life to the underworld. Make me flash and when the winter cries.
It's gonna get real.
Voices swimming through the river, hold your life against the stream.
Searching for the room to catch on and see the sun beam.
Don't suffocate in painful tortures, long-cutting tables of callous men, wandering on a phantom butchers. Emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away.
Damn. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. Let's find something interesting to look at. Oh, cool. There we go. Shout out to the vocalist. Let's talk about a couple things here. So in that outro, we heard a couple of things. That outro was so cool. Like, I'm telling you, I get the Opeth vibes. Let me take an earphone off here so I can monitor myself a little bit better. So we had, obviously, she took her singing to the next level, right? Really took it to the next level. So part of the way that we want to do that is we don't want to just take and put it on a belted note. Because if we do that, and I'm not going to demonstrate it because it flippin' does not feel good. If we do that and then put it on top of a sung vocal, at worst it's gonna hurt and be painful and you're gonna strain. At best, it may not hurt now, but you'll really fatigue out very quickly. So what we want to do is we want to get nice and bright. Yeah. Right? We want to get that nice bright, maybe even move up into our mixed voice, right? A little bit, so we're not fully down in our chest. We're not going fully falsetto, but we're kind of in the middle there. And then what we want to do is we want to sort of add distortion on top of it. And we want to add that distortion on the soft palate. This is where we get into a lot of fry territory, right? And there are different ways that fry sounds. Every time I say fry, someone gets mad. There are different sounds for fry vocals, okay? A fry vocal does not always sound like the same thing. You've got your Devin Townsends and you've got your Dan Watsons, all right? And everything in between. So what we want to do is we want to slowly add distortion. So I'll take maybe like, hey, yeah. Well, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Yeah. Right? You slowly add it. Now, I'm down here a little bit chestier, right? Because, well, I'm a dude. That's how I sound. But she's doing it really well. The second thing is I would suspect. So let's talk about how at the very end, she does like this higher scream. Listen to what happens if I take a false chord and I try to pull that false chord up into a high vocal. Check this out. It goes away. It's gone. And it chokes off and it doesn't feel comfortable. So what do we do then? What do? Well, we have to transfer. Generally, there are very few people, none that I'm aware of, but there are very few people who can keep the false chord compression and distortion going into a high vocal. We got to transfer that to the arytenoid cartilages, right? We got to then take the arytenoids, which are two cartilages that sit back on the vocal folds, bring them together to compress the air, distort, and then shoot that stream of air at the soft palate, the soft tissues of the soft palate, aka the velum, or the oropharynx. You know, sometimes people even their tonsils, right? But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a low scream, false chord, and I'm going to move up and I'm going to transfer it to my arytenoids. So it's going to be, we're getting into fry territory, right? We're getting into fry. This is not going to sound like your pitched Devin Townsend fry, okay? It's going to sound different. But I'll take that, and you'll actually hear the switch if you think about it. Here we go. Did you hear it? I've worked very hard to smooth it out, but you should be able to hear it. Again. There it was. I'll give a thumbs up when it happens. Okay? That's something to practice. That's hard to do, but you can do it. And I'd be willing to bet that she's doing something similar. If ever they come through Arizona, I'm going to reach out to her and be like, yo, I just want to listen to you vocals and pick your brain a little bit. But anyway, again, this was Mark with Cardivox Academy. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Feel free to jump on Patreon if you want to throw us some support, or hit me up on Wizio. You know, we got a lot of goals for this channel. We want to make it big and get better stuff, you know, like this pop filter here. This is cheap. This is like $10, but now I can hide behind it if I get nervous. Anyway, I'm gonna stop being a goober. Thank you all for watching. This is Jinjer, Pisces. Tatiana is a great vocalist. Many thanks. Much love. I'm out.